Your locker is to the right. Please collect your parcel.
What up YouTube, and welcome to another video on Life Down Under. Today I'm going to be showing you the Bose QuietComfort 35 or QC35 headphones as they're more commonly known as. And after having them for 4 weeks or so now, I'm going to be telling you about all the features and the not so great features that I've found while using them. So a bit of a backstory, I've actually been looking for a pair of wireless headphones for a while now. There were 3 things that I wanted which were key for me. Wireless pair of headphones, really good sound quality, and I'd be able to run with them. So I'd actually been looking at a few headphones. I looked at the Plantronics variants, I looked at the Powerbeats as well, I looked at the Jaybirds and a range of other ones. None of them really appealed to me. The only pair that really appealed to me was the Powerbeats 2 or 3 as they now are. And I'd actually bought a pair of them, but I felt I was a little bit let down with the sound quality on them. They were wireless, they were easy to use for running, and I was able to charge them on the go and they just worked seamlessly. But for me, I just didn't like the sound quality on them, and at that price and at the price that they sell as well, I just didn't feel that the sound quality was at the same range. But they were definitely up there as the best ones I'd come across. But in Australia we actually have a website called Ozbargain, which a lot of people use for posting different deals and bargains around the country, whether it be physical bricks and mortar stores or whether they're online stores. And over the last 6 months, there's actually been a lot of deals being posted about the Bose QuietComfort 35 headphones that people had come across. Now that piqued my interest because they're obviously quite popular. A lot of people had been saying great things about them, and so I looked into them. One weekend I decided to go into my local electronics store, JB Hi-Fi, as they had them on display, and try them out. And from the moment I tried them out, I was really impressed with them. So much so that for me they ticked every box except running. But I was happy with that, so I've decided to buy them, which leads us to where we are now. So the first thing you get when you get the headphones is obviously the box. Nothing too special about it. This one is silver because I got my headphones in silver, but if you get a black pair, this box comes black. Nothing much to it really. When you open it up, that's what it looks like inside. Got this fancy cover to it. Flip this open, and you pretty much just got, well, that's my receipt. But then you get the quick start guide, which shows you how to connect, the features of it, yada. And also in here it tells you to download the app. So that's pretty much that, nothing special to it. Moving on from the box, the next thing you get is the case that the headphones come in and all the accessories. This case is nice, it's got a nice feel to it. It's hard shell as well, so it's going to keep your headphones nice and protected. I always keep mine in there so that they do stay protected. It's got a couple of features to it. It's got this little hook, and turning it around, it's got this little mesh fabric for storage. For me, I found this really handy. I had to travel for work recently, and I had a physical ticket for my boarding pass, and it was easy just to store it in there. And then when I got to the front gate, because I wanted to carry these on, I just pulled it out. There you go. Put it back in. So if we decide to open this case up, you'll see that the headphones are in there. This is how they're normally stored. You can see that they can obviously fold, but inside this case there's a few things to note first before we get into the headphones. The first is this little adapter here in the corner. This is great because if you ever need to travel on an airplane, this is the adapter you'll need. This plugs into the chair, and on the other end is your cord, which you can plug into the headphones. Now you might be wondering, they're wireless headphones, do I need to buy a cord? No, the cord actually comes with it. So if I put it back, the cord actually is stored in this section here. So let's just take this out for now. Inside this compartment is a audio cable for you. So you can plug one end into the pair of earphones and the other end into the airline adapter, like so. This cable can also be used to just plug into your phone or a tape deck or anything you want. And it actually saves battery because then you don't need to use the battery within the headphones. The downside, however, is that using it this way, cabled in, you actually can't use the noise cancelling feature. So if we set this to the side, also inside here and included in the box is your charging cable. What I do like about this is that it's a nice short charging cable. It's not long, like a 1 meter, 2 meter. It's just what, 30 centimeter, half a meter cable, which is really good. So that's pretty much it with the case. You've got the travel adapter, you've got the audio cable to go with it, you've got the charging cable, you've got a little storage compartment, and on the outside you've got a storage compartment, and on top of that it's a hard shell case. So I'm a real big fan of this, and I really like the accessories that it's come with. I can't think of anything else that would improve on that. I own a pair of Power Beats as well, and the case that it comes with is nice. It's really compact, but it's not hard shell. It's a little bit fiddly to store everything in it, whereas this is just nice, structured, and everything just has its place. So if we move on from this and we move on to the headphones, the feature event, these are the headphones right here, and I really, really love them. We'll just go through a few features of them very quickly. They're foldable, they are rotatable, very stretchy. If you've got a big head, small head, whatever, they are going to fit you no matter what. It's got long extensions. It's got a nice comfortable little headband up there, and on the top it's got a nice color to match. The inside here has a nice design, so the silver matches. On the inside they've got nice cushions around the ears to keep you nice and comfortable. Now moving a little bit closer, we've got some buttons around the heads of them. Now these buttons here, this is the on button. So red means it's off. If we turn it to green, it means it's on. We've also got a couple buttons down here. We've got a plus, a minus, and a multi-purpose button. Basically volume up, volume down, and this, if you press it once, is play pause. If you press it twice, it goes to the next track. If you press it 3 times, it goes previous track. That is very handy. It is one thing I didn't know about until I bought the headphones, and that just really sealed the deal. We've also got a couple lights as well. We've got a Bluetooth indicator light, and we've got a battery level indicator light. Now, what do I love most about these headphones? I think the thing I love most about them is that they're just comfortable. I put them on my head, and they're just comfortable. It's not like I'm fiddling around with it and it's itchy and I got a scratch here. It's just comfortable. I've actually got quite a small head myself, so for me, finding a pair of headphones that actually fits is really, really hard to find. And I probably look a little bit stupid on camera, but I don't care because the comfort level of them is really, really good. Now, the second thing I love about them is that the natural noise cancelling with them powered off is so good. Obviously, because they wrap around your ears, it's obviously going to shield out a lot of noise. But having them on like this without them turned on, I can really only hear the vibrations of my voice, which is great. Once I turn them on though, however, it really just blocks out everything. It's almost like a vacuum-like effect where everything around you just goes quiet. And the noise cancelling on it, the active noise cancelling on it is really good. How it does that is actually by a couple microphones that are here on the side. So if you have a look here, this is one microphone on one ear, and this is the microphone on the other ear. So the way this actually works is that once they're powered on, the headphones will listen to the surrounding noise outside via the microphones, and what it will actually do is it will play back inside the headphones the opposite type sound to cancel out that noise. And this all happens really, really quickly. And that's how noise cancelling works, and that you can't hear things around you, is it plays the opposite effect and it cancels it out. Now the other really cool feature that I didn't find out about until I'd actually bought them and started using them is that you can actually make phone calls on these. So there's been a number of times where I've been out walking the dog, or I've been on my desk at work and I've been listening to music with these bad boys on, and someone's called me on my phone, so I've answered it and I've just been talking to them with this on my head. And the quality of hearing people on these is fine. When I've asked the person on the other end, could they hear me or not, they said, yeah, it's really quite clear. I did a comparison with my wife as well. I was out wearing these, walking the dog, and she called me, so we were talking on these. We then hung up and I plugged in the bundled Apple earphones that came with my phone, and she called me back on them, and she actually said the Bose headphones were clearer than using the Apple ones. And that was a fairly still night outside. It wasn't too windy. There wasn't much traffic. And there was another time when I was out in state on a business trip, and my wife called me wearing these. I was walking on a very busy main road with a lot of traffic, and she said she could still hear the traffic noise, but she said considering that, these were actually quite clear. There wasn't many times that I had to repeat myself to her, so these were a hit. And using them at work, they've been really good. Probably the only downside of using them at work is because you've got active noise cancelling on this. As the person on the other end starts talking quite loud to you, you start raising your voice, and yeah, you find out that you're actually talking really loud in the office. But apart from that, the calling feature on these headphones is really good. Now, it's hard to really convey over a YouTube video how good these headphones are and how comfortable they are, but let me tell you, these are the comfiest headphones I've ever worn. They really do make such a world of difference. I've used them at work, I've used them in the gym, I've used them on plane flights, I've used them walking the dog, I've used them in bed, I've used them in the study while reading a book, and in all those cases, these headphones have been so good, and I honestly cannot fault them. There's not one thing I can say about them that really make me say don't buy it because of this feature. Now, there's one thing I haven't done with these headphones, and that's go for a run with them on, but I'm about 95% sure that they're not going to be great for running. I don't sweat a lot at the gym, but there have been a couple days where I've had a really big workout and I have started to sweat around these ears. Not running on a treadmill, just doing weights, but really pushing myself. And I've sweated a lot around that area. And then these cups here do get a little bit sweaty, and I found I've had to take them off, turn them like that, and sort of give them a bit of a wipe at the end of the set. So with that in mind, I'm pretty sure that if you take them for a run, they're going to get quite sweaty, and they just won't be very comfortable. You'll probably ruin the cups, I'd imagine, as well. Without testing them, I wouldn't say they'd be very good for running. So my overall opinion of these headphones is that they are absolutely amazing. I'm very glad that I bought them. There's not one part of me that regrets buying them. Even if I'm going to have to buy another pair for running at some point, these are really good. I would give them a 9 out of 10 purely because the only part that lets them down with the 10 out of 10 is that I won't be able to use them for running. That's the only part that lets it down, but that's obvious because they're a pair of headphones. They're obviously going to make you sweat a lot more. There's not much that can be done about it. That's just due to the type of product that it is. But I really cannot recommend these headphones anymore. I actually looked at a pair of Sony headphones. I can't remember the model number, which are quite similar. Now, they had a cool feature where if you have them on and someone comes up to talk to you, say you're on a plane and someone asks you tea or coffee, or what drink or food do you want, you can actually cup the side of the headphones and it will cut out the noise cancelling and allow you to talk to the person, and then you can take your hand off. Now, I was tossing up between that and this one, but I thought, really, if someone comes up to talk to me and I hold my headphone, they're still going to wait for me to take off the headphones from my head, because that's what most people do. If someone comes up to you and you got your headphones on like this and they come to talk to you and you go like this, there'll be a few seconds until they realise, oh, they want to talk. Most people will be waiting for you to do this so you can talk and put them back on. So that was a cool feature, but something which I don't think was worth choosing over these ones, and something which really, personally, I'm not going to use a lot in my lifestyle. The other thing that let me down on the Sonys is that it's got nice leather on the actual ear on the outside, but looking at the ones that were at JB Hi-Fi, the electronics store, the leather was actually quite worn, so it actually made it look a little bit cheaper, and the headphones were quite bulky as well. Audio wise, I didn't think there was much difference between the two. The only difference maybe was that the Sonys might have been slightly better, but I think ultimately that comes down to your own ears. For some people they might sound better, to some these might sound better. but the difference was very marginal in my opinion. So for me, I got these Bose. I'd heard nothing but good things about them, and they were slightly cheaper than the Sonys, and I felt that they just looked more sleek, really, and more stylish. So if you're thinking of getting them, I would highly recommend it. Get it. You get a great pair of earphones with multifunction buttons. You get a nice hard case to store them in with nice storage on it. You also get the travel adapter with the cord to come with it to plug it into the airplane, and you also get a charging cable. It is a really good pair of earphones. Cannot recommend it anymore. If this video has been helpful for you, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and maybe even leave a comment in the comment section below. You might have a question you want to ask about a feature that's been mentioned. Feel free to put it in the comments and I'll do my best to respond. Until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.